This one here using the contents of our July craft box, and these craft boxes have been so popular because we spend a long time picking the best products to put in there for that particular time of year to make really current stylish cards and other makes as well. So here's my make. Today I've created a kind of dimensional summary card using one of the sentiments from the die set that comes with this box, which is the Detailed Tropics die and stamp set. I love working with die and stamp sets just because you get to use those stamps that work with the dies, and that's just so special. So let's get started on the make. So I've started to create this kind of front sentiment piece. What I've done, I cut two pieces of the white card that comes as part of the set, the same size. I used a pencil just to mark out where I want to cut my strip away, and then I cut out from the other piece of white card that strip. So when it's laid over, it's going to be a bit of a dimensional thing that you can see through that strip to the base below and see a lovely pattern that I've created using the elements from this die set. So I'll just put these back here for the time being. Okay, so we're going to start actually using this square piece. Now I'm going to create the sentiment on the front using the Memories sentiment here, which is part of the stamp set there. So you get these lovely floral stamps here, and you get these fantastic kind of calligraphy style sentiments there, and one of them is this Memories sentiment there, which I love. So I've used that. And the way I've done it is I have used some of our embossing powder that also comes in this box. So I used the Lush Leaves, which is this really lovely, rich green colour that's perfect for any summer make. And I'll show you how that works now. We also get some embossing ink here, which is just fantastic stuff. Now, I've got my stamp. It's all ready on my stamping block here. I'm just going to add the embossing ink to there. And then I'm going to choose whereabouts I want it on my piece of card here, about there. I'm just going to, you've got to be confident with this. There we go, just stamp it down. And I can see there is a perfect stamp, and it's just kind of off-white just to show me where that stamp is. Then I'm going to, do you know what? This isn't in the set, but I am going to use my tray here for glittering and embossing, just because it makes it so much easier for me. And I'm going to sprinkle that onto there. Now, a great tip here, I brought along a little paintbrush with me, because you can see how well that's come out on there. But then we've also got a bit of residue on there. You can blow it away, but you don't want to blow too hard, because before you've set it, it might take off some of that embossing powder. So what I've done instead is I've got a little paintbrush that you can just use to very carefully brush those little bits away, and then you won't set them when you use your heat tool. So I've got the heat tool here. And I'm just going to set this sentiment. I also have one of the tools here that comes as part of the heat tool kit, but that's just going to keep my fingers out of the way, but I can just about do it without. There we are. So that's all set, and we've just got that lovely sentiment there. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to put that to the side. I've taken my back piece of card, and where, I don't think you can see it on this, but with a very, very light pencil, I've just measured a line there, which is where you're going to be able to see through when these two pieces are stuck over the front of this. And I've die cut some of the leaves, some of the leaf elements in all these different colours. I used pinks, I've used the Mango Tango there, some of the cherry blossom and some agave, and I'm going to use some banana blast here. So I've got my die cut pieces ready in my big shot machine, and I could add some of those on as well. We're doing my die pick to hand at the minute. There we are. So yeah, you can just see how easily these pieces cut there. So I've just chosen loads of yellows, pinks, greens, all those kind of colours that are going to bring this tropical theme kind of card to life here. And then I'm just going to stick them over where I've marked this card. Okay. And I would just stick it down like so. Now I'd stick quite a few of these down just to cover them and build up a nice kind of foliage base, and I've done that just to save you the time of watching me stick things down carefully on this card here. So you can see it's a bit messy, but all the top and bottom edge is going to be covered, and that's just going to create a nice strip of pattern there, which would be really lovely. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now I'm going to use some foam tape here. It doesn't come as part of the craft box, but I'm sure you can either find some foam tape at home, or you can use hot glue as well to create that dimension. There we go. I'll just use my tweezers just to peel the top off that foam tape. There we go. And the other piece. And this part's going to be stuck over the bottom there. Okay, now before I stick my top sentiment piece of card there, I'm going to add on this ring. So it's another part of this die set. You get a really cool ring element here. So I should show you really. Here are the dies that come as part of the set there. This is the detailed Tropics die set. And the stamp set that comes with it is here. And they just work so perfectly together. That's why I've been so excited to use this kit. People often ask us as well, in the comments of the videos, we often get asked sort of what our thought process is when we're thinking of the colour schemes for the card. With these craft boxes, the work is done for you because the card that comes in it, we've thought very carefully about. It all works together and it's just really modern and contemporary. So taking this, I'm going to take my little ring element there. I'll just sandwich it up on the big shot machine. You'll have to excuse me in this video. It's the first time I've not had my lovely camera woman with me. So I've had to set up on a tripod, but I think it's going well. So what I've done here, the sentiment piece, I wanted to just stick along this corner, just a little tiny segment of this circle. So I'll just glue a bit. I'm not going to glue all the way around because I'm not sticking the whole thing on. And I'm just going to have it kind of poking into the make there. Okay, and actually, one thing I have forgotten to bring with me are my scissors, but I do have my craft knife. Silly me. So I shall use the craft knife just to snip off the edges here so that it's just peeping through and you can't see that whole circle sticking off. Oh, great, that's worked perfectly. Then on this side here, make sure you are very careful when you're using your craft knife. So we have that piece of the ring sticking through there. On top of that, I'm going to die cut one of the elements here, which is just this little flower there. And I could, you could almost choose these pieces of card at random, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a bit forward thinking with it. And I'm going to take some of the cherry blossom. And I will die cut 2 of these lovely little flowers here. I'm going to do one from, we haven't used any of the bluebell yet, so I'll do one from bluebell and I'll do one from cherry blossom. Okay, there we are. And just separate these. So we've got 2 little die cut flowers now. And I'll just stick these down just in the middle of that little bit of card, little ring of card there. Fantastic. And then again, I'm going to use this foam tape just in each corner. And then that's just going to add a little bit of dimension to the make. And you'll see when I stick this over now, it has a really lovely effect where you can just see those florals, the kind of the leaf dyes in all those lovely colours just coming through there. Just bear with me while I take the top off our foam tape. As I say, you could use a hot glue gun to kind of create the same sort of dimensions, just anything that you have to hand at home. And I'm going to stick that over the top there. So look how lovely it looks when that kind of pattern is showing through underneath. It's just so lively, it's like looking through the foliage. It's really cool. Then I have pre-cut some elements to go on the front of here. These are just going to get stuck straight down to that Banana Blast kind of softer yellow card to tie in some of that Mango Tango. And there we are. So I've created a thin border around those elements now, and I just think that looks really cool. There we go. And I'd really love to hear in the comments sort of what changes you might have made at home, what like your kind of ideas of the perfect colours to use on one of these lovely summery cards. There we are, and that's going to go straight onto the front of that card. And there we have it. So here we have this fantastic, really lovely, summery, tropical theme card using just the contents and a little bit extra from our July craft box. So I'd really love to see your comments. So go to the Sizzix Facebook and just let me know what you think of our make. Thank you very much.